back to my channel. My name is Tracy, and for today's tips and tricks video I'm going to show you how to re-ink your ink pad. Now I'm going to show you first off, this is my Calypso Coral ink pad. I'm just going to bring in a stamp. I'm going to stamp it and show you just how dry my ink pad is. Let's go this way. So because it's photopolymer, I have used my Stampin' mat to make sure I get a good image. But as you can see, that's really light and that's very much in need of re-inking. So to re-ink your ink pad, you are going to need to purchase the re-inker, and you can get one in every colour that Stampin' Up sell. Now I always recommend people to grab your re-inker the same time you buy your stamp pad. Now the reason is because once they retire, you can be stuck, but you never know how often you're going to need to re-ink. It depends on how often you use your ink pad. So I'm just going to open it up. It's in a little bottle, a little squirty bottle. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to squeeze lightly, and I'm just going to add the ink along the ink pad. Now Stampin' Up ink pads are designed when they're popped together, they sit flat, but the sponge of your ink actually sits facing downwards, so all the ink runs to the top of your ink pad while it's being stored. So that's really good that it doesn't all just sink to the bottom. So we're going to take just a plastic spoon, and I just keep one of these in my stash. You could also use your bone folder, but I don't recommend it because you'll get little bits of grooves in your bone folder and that ink will stay in there. So just grab a disposable spoon, you can clean it off and it cleans off perfectly. So you only need one spoon for all your ink colours. So I'm just going to run that ink around the top of that stamp pad. And depending on how dry your ink pad is, you might have to add just that little bit more, but I think this one will be fine. Once you've re-inked, I do recommend, after you've done this part here of just moving that ink all the way around, I do recommend that you just close it up and just leave it for 10 minutes or so. That means it'll just go all to the top of your ink pad. Make sure you clean your spoon off each time. That way you can use it for any colour. Now you don't have to leave your ink pad, I just like to leave it, that way it gets to settle a little bit. But let's bring that bit of cardstock back in and that stamp, and let's stamp it now and see what it looks like. I haven't left it at all. Oh, you can really see the difference straight away. Amazing. Now let me show you the catalogue and where you can find these re-inkers. So in the annual catalogue, this is the South Pacific annual catalogue. If you turn to page 162 of the catalogue, they're broken down in the colour families. So you have the 4 colour families: neutrals, brights, subtles and regals. And you can purchase these re-inkers as the colour family. So you get the 10 bottles, one of each colour. It's $58.50 per colour family. So I highly recommend, if you're purchasing 1 or 2 colours even, make sure that you purchase the re-inkers so you have them there. Now re-inkers are also really great because you can colour with them. You can do watercolouring just straight with the re-inkers. So also great uses just with those. We also hold the in colours as well, and you can purchase them in the 5 colours of the colour family. So hopefully this tips and tricks video has helped you a little bit. Let me bring in that sample again. As you can see, the empty or the drier ink pad to the re-inked. So as you can see, there's a real difference there. This is probably not as dry as some of my ink pads, but it was one that I used yesterday and I thought, oh, I've got to re-ink that before I can use it again. So this is just such a better image. Crisp, nice and bright. So hopefully this video has helped you. If it has, please give me a thumbs up, and I'd love it if you left me a comment. I'll be back next Monday for another tips and tricks video, but I also have videos on Tuesday, Wednesday and Friday, so hopefully you can join me for those. If you haven't hit subscribe, please do. Until next time, have a wonderful day. Bye bye.